The bullied bacon girl was secretly a billionaire's granddaughter. The call that changed everything. Dolly said, "Who are you people? Your grandfather has been searching for you for 12 years. She didn't want to go alone." Adrian said, "Go, I'm not going anywhere." And then she saw it. Her family's home? Her grandfather. The man who never stopped searching? You have her eyes. My daughter's eyes. Dolly said, "You mean my mom?" "Welcome home, Dottie." Then her cousin Vivian appeared. Vivian said, "A cousin? Always wanted a sister." But the second no one was watching, Vivian said, "She'll take everything from me." Her mom's story was a secret. Part 8 is coming. From school nobody to billionaire heiress. Lesson 1, which fork? Lesson 2, dress like an heiress. She didn't recognize herself. And Vivian was so helpful. Too helpful. But something was missing. Grandfather said, "One family rule, no outsiders." Dolly said, "But Adrian is, he's not one of us." The boy who was kind to a nobody was now forbidden. He chose her before the money. She couldn't just let him go. Adrian said, "Rich or poor, you're still you." But someone was listening. And Vivian pressed record. Vivian said, "Grandfather will love this." "Dolly, we need to talk about that boy." Family, or the only one who is ever real? Part 9 is coming. My new family called me a thief, but I was framed. It started at breakfast. Grandma's ring was gone. Vivian said, "Maybe we should search everyone's rooms." So they searched every single room, and they found it in my bag. I said, "That's not possible. I never touched it." Vivian said, "How could you, Dolly?" Grandpa just looked at me and said nothing. I said, "Grandpa, I swear." He turned away. Being blamed felt like being invisible again. Vivian was smiling behind their backs, but the maid saw that smile. That night, I cried alone in my huge new room. I wanted to call Adrian, but he was forbidden. Vivian said, "Maybe you should go back where you came from." Maybe she was right. Maybe I didn't belong here. But the maid knew something. Part 10 is coming. Everyone believed I was a thief. Everyone except one person. Nobody looked at me. Even Grandpa's seat was empty. Vivian said, "You're lucky they didn't call the police." In one day, I became invisible again. Just like school. Before Adrian. So I packed my old school bag, it's the only thing truly mine, and wrote Grandpa a letter. "Thank you for finding me. I'm sorry. I don't need the money. I just wanted a family." I left the mansion, and nobody stopped me. Then it started to rain. Of course it did. But someone was waiting. Adrian. He never left. Adrian said, "Rich or poor, mansion or nothing, I'm with you." I said, "They think I'm a thief." He said, "Then we'll prove them wrong." Meanwhile, Grandpa read my letter and looked at Mom's photo. And for the first time, he doubted. Then the maid knocked. "Sir, I must tell you what I saw." Vivian heard every word. Her plan was falling apart. Part 11 is coming. The maid told Grandpa everything, and Vivian heard it. The maid said, "I saw Miss Vivian smiling when they blamed Dolly." Vivian said, "She's lying. The maid always hated me." Grandpa didn't say a word. Then he said, "Let's check the cameras." Vivian froze. There are cameras? And there it was. Everything. Vivian said, "I was scared of losing everything." Grandpa said, "You lied to this family, and I failed her. I don't need the money. I just wanted a family." Meanwhile, I was learning to be invisible again. I said, "Maybe I never belonged in that world." Then that car pulled up. Grandpa came himself. No drivers. No pride. He said, "Dolly, I was wrong. Please, come home. Both of you." My answer. Part 12, the finale, is coming. Grandpa asked me to come home, but I had one condition. I said, family doesn't lock people out. Ager stays. And Vivian gets a second chance. Grandpa said, you really are her daughter. So we came home? All of us? Vivian was waiting to be thrown out. She said, why aren't you kicking me out? I said, because I know how it feels to be scared of being nobody. I never forgot who I was. And for the first time, Vivian's tears were real. I'm sorry. That night, everyone sat at the table, Grandpa said, to Dolly, who taught us what wealth really is. Kindness is the only real wealth. For the first time, I wasn't invisible. I was home. The maid said, your grandfather kept your mother's things. A letter. To my daughter. If you ever read this, ... My mom's secret. Season 3 is coming.